Cosmo and Lauren want to know the weirdest thing you've seen this week. What the? Call 441-Y107.
A lot of times on What the, we have a little bit of fun. We see crazy random stuff. Like people shuttling small cattle in their Volkswagens.
Sure.
Or people on the side of the roads dressed up like weird stuff, doing whatever.
Classic.
Mm-hmm. Remember the guy in the marching band gear, walking up and down the exit? And I think it was Eldon.
Yes, I do.
Like, what is going on? Like, he had the hat on, the whole 9 yards. But
whatever, he looked great.
Today is a little more of a serious thing because of this TikTok challenge that is going on. Our teachers, school staff, janitors. I mean, my son told me that at his school, middle school, they basically have locked and closed the bathrooms, and there's a police officer around. The school resource officer is now stationed in front of the bathrooms.
Right.
Because of this TikTok challenge called the Devious Lick.
I mean, I also think the unsung heroes in this story are the custodians. Because they're having to deal with things that they did not sign up for. So in these devious licks, people are breaking things or ripping sinks off of walls or tearing the mirror off the walls or doing their business on the floor.
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Right. And we're talking 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th graders, high schoolers, and there are some cities and communities where kids are being charged.
Because
arrested
TikTok
and
told them
charged.
it was cool.
Because they're doing it on this challenge on TikTok. Yeah. And it specifically seems to be geared around the bathroom and then some things in the classroom, stealing stuff off the teachers' desks and vandalizing things around the school.
Knock it off.
There are some politicians that are trying to push for some things to get TikTok to shut this thing down completely, which I think would probably be a good idea. This has gotten a little out of hand. Curious if you have talked to your kids about this or how, maybe you don't.
How you talk to them about it.
How you've talked to them about it would be my take. And if there's any teachers, I know you guys are kind of busy with your mornings, but if anybody listening in education, how are you addressing it with your staff and how are you working it in your schools? Because it's taken over the schools right
everywhere.
now. Right.
Yeah.
So have you talked to your kids about it? 441-Y107, what's up?
Hey, I was calling about the kids doing the TikTok challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have talked to my kids, and my kids said that their teachers had actually brought it to their attention as well. And I did talk to my kids about it, and they said that their friends had done things. But I just kind of told my boys, I said, if you do it, you better hope that the school gets to you before I do.
Yeah.
Because you're not raised like that. We do not damage stuff. But, like, my youngest, who's in 5th, said that one of his friends was stealing hand sanitizer and things off the teacher's desk. And it's insane.
That is pretty...
Yeah. And then they're videoing themselves doing these illegal activities, and they don't think they're going to get caught.
Right. I was talking to my husband, and I was like, back in the day, we didn't incriminate ourselves like that.
Well, but, I mean, to me, that's the equivalent of, somebody pulls that one epic prank in high school, and everybody knows who did it. You just never tell any of the teachers. But now, you've got video evidence.
Yeah, you guys are telling on yourselves. You're not good at this. But, at the same time, it's yes, do that, because then we know what's happening.
Right. And it's one thing for it to be a TPing of the teacher's lounge as opposed to knocking mirrors off the wall and breaking urinals and...
Exactly.
Using the
wrapping on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine getting a phone call from my kid's school and then saying, your children, urinated or whatever on the floor. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You'd be starting your own TikTok challenge.
Yeah.
Beat my kid in the middle of the commons right here for everybody to see.
Well, and like I told him, I said, how would you guys feel if someone stole your stuff or broke your stuff?
Absolutely. Watch this. I'm going to pull a devious lick on your Xbox. Watch this. Boom.
On your Heidi. I'm going to pull a devious lick on your Heidi. See what I mean? We should not be calling this a lick.
Don't say lick and Heidi on the radio anymore, Lauren. A lot of kids think is silly and funny and harmless, but it is causing a huge problem in our communities right here. And if you think it's not, no matter how small your town is in Missouri, it's happening in your schools in your town.
TikTok exists even in the smallest of towns.
This TikTok challenge called the Devious Lick Challenge, where kids are challenging themselves to vandalize school property, mostly the bathrooms, breaking sinks. My son said there was 2 kids that got in trouble at his school for stealing a mirror. They had took the
Off
mirror
the bathroom
off
wall.
the wall and were like trying to walk it and go like hide it outside or something.
Guys.
Off the wall.
Guys, don't.
Breaking stall doors, breaking bathrooms, pulling the towel dispenser things off the walls. And then other things in the classroom, stealing stuff off teachers' desks and pulling these devious licks. There have been kids across the country getting arrested for doing this because they're, and while TikTok videos disappear after a while, a lot of them save them.
Yeah.
And then it gets shared around friend groups, or they video it with a different phone and take it, and then the evidence is out there, and teachers end up getting their hands on it, or administrators get their hands on it, or school resource officers get their hands on it. Next thing you know, your kid's just trying to be cool and hip with a trend on TikTok, and now he's got a date with a juvenile detention hearing judge.
And that sucks, but also...
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you think that was going to go?
Right. So have you talked about this with your kids, the Devious Lick Challenge on TikTok? What did your son say to you?
He came home telling me about it, and I was like, they're doing what? He said they're stealing stuff from teachers. They're making, literally, there's been a complete bathroom stalls removed.
Yeah.
And I said, how do they get out of the school without anybody noticing that? That makes absolutely no sense to me. And I told him, I said, you realize you're actually stealing from anybody that pays taxes. I said, it's illegal, and if they're stealing stuff from the teachers, them teachers don't make enough as it is. You're literally stealing right out of your teacher's pocket.
There are kids across the state of Missouri and in other states that have been arrested.
Yes.
And that deserve it.
And deserve that.
Yes. And I told him, I said, you won't have to worry about the law anyway. So he said, I'm not doing it, Mom, I promise.
So I maybe I missed this. Is it actually happening in his school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then the other day he come home and said, oh, there's a new challenge now. It's called the red dye challenge. He said someone literally sprayed red dye all over the boys' bathroom.
What the hell?
I don't know what's going on with these kids.
What city do you live in?
Lebanon.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. He said he didn't know who did it, but he had just heard that in between classes, someone's literally sprayed the boys' bathroom with like a red dye or paint or something.